It was funny. Yesterday we were in Broken Bow, and Rick Nelson is the manager of the Custer Rural Electric Power Company out there. And he started off by saying, well, welcome to Nebraska. And what you're going to find is first we study something, then we go home and think about it, and then we study it some more, and then we think about it. And we got to figure out how real this is before we really decide what we're going to do and move forward. And so I think where I want to kind of start is, okay, so how real is this? Nationally, these were the numbers from last year. We installed just over 8,300 megawatts nationwide. We talked about transmission, but then how does that specifically relate to Nebraska and to the Great Plains region? So a study was done, and they looked at two scenarios. They said, okay, we've got all these states that have renewable energy standards, existing renewable energy standards. How much transmission do we need just to satisfy those existing renewable energy standards? And how much wind energy do we need, and what would it cost to get there? And so they did a 5% wind case. So they said, okay, which basically meets that all of the existing state renewable energy standards. Then they also did a 20% scenario, sort of modeled after DOE, to say, okay, if we did a 20% wind scenario, where would the wind get built, and what would that cost? So there's your 20% wind scenario. So you go back and forth and look at those two, and for the Great Plains states that have the global class wind resource, it's very clear you sort of get nothing or you get something. So we're not guaranteeing that this is exactly by any means where the stuff is going to exactly land, but in a general sense, it's a pretty good predictive value for where things are going to end up, and it shows pretty pronounced benefits for the entire Great Plains for a national build-out of new transmission lines.